This is a podcast from Torfaen Voluntary Alliance. Hello, I'm Patrick Downs. Welcome to Word from the Third, where we'll be taking a look at all the big stories and news from the third sector here in Torfaen. So I'm joined today on the Word from the Third podcast by Daniel Taylor from the Care Collective. Can you tell me more about your background and the Care Collective?
Hi, so I'm Dan Taylor, and I'm the Gwent Hub lead for the Gwent Carers Hub, which is part of the Care Collective based in Pontypool. My job is coordinating our services that run throughout Gwent, both in the hub and in the community. So I work closely with all of our teams who support unpaid carers throughout South Wales.
So what kind of difference do you think you make in the community?
The community-based aspect of what we do is mainly on a spoke model. So what we do is we provide information and advice on a mobile basis to carers who can't make it to the hub. So, for example, we may have a pop-up in Monmouthshire for people who can't get to Pontypool, or we may have one in Newport. This is coordinated by me, but the teams that I work with closely with, they go out and they refer people to us.
So tell me more about some of the projects you're working on at the moment.
Right. So we have quite a few different teams running from the hub. We have small grants. We have the wellbeing team. We have something called Try Something New, which works alongside the small grants panel. But what I'm currently working on right now is to get a counselling service in conjunction with Platform running from the hub. Hopefully this is something that I'm going to see some substance to in probably the next month or so.
So what would you say would be the most rewarding or even, enjoyable aspect of what you do?
I suppose it's when we finally get to see some impact, the positive impact that we have on carers' lives. For example, when the grants panel know that what they've done and what they've given them via the grants panel has actually benefited them, and not just their lives, but for their cared for as well. And when people keep coming back for advice and support, it's good to know that we're a valued service and people actually want to come back and get that advice, get that support.
If I could grant a wish for the Care Collective, what would that be?
That's a tough one. I suppose just raising our awareness, raising our profile, because we currently only support a very small percentage of carers throughout South Wales. So the main thing that we have to do is identify before we can actually support. So identifying is crucial. So that would be great if you could do that for me.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, cheers.
So final couple of questions, I suppose, is how can people get involved?
Another thing that I'm currently working on right now is our volunteer process. So it was mainly due to COVID, but I am in the process of going through our structure and trying to get volunteers, local people in the community involved as much as they can. So I suppose there's a bit of watch this space at the moment, but if anyone's hearing this and they want to get involved in volunteering, then please contact me.
And Fanny, they're leading quite nicely. What do people need to do to get in touch with you?
You can contact us on the Gwent Carers Hub at thecarecollective.wales, or you could contact me and the teams on 01495 367 564.
Dan from the Care Collective, thanks for joining us today on Word from the Third.
Thank you, Patrick. Thanks a lot.
And don't forget, if you want to contact TVA, Torfaen Voluntary Alliance, for anything regarding the third sector here in Torfaen, get in touch regarding funding, volunteering, any kind of support or governance. info@tvawales.org.uk. You can also find us on social media, on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at TVA Wales, or of course on the website. It's all there at tvawales.org.uk. This podcast is produced by TVA, Torfaen Voluntary Alliance.